What's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to looking like the first of many wasted talent rant live. You know, man, this ain't it, man. Yo, like this team, you know. Yo, man, look, I can't. Like, I'm trying, bro. Like, I'm trying, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I normally, yeah, I could come on here and we can have a good time, and you know, look, man, I gotta be a professional, right? But this right here, bro, was a fucking embarrassment. And I'm trying not to cuss because it's in the middle of the day. You know, I'm let me put my phone on do not disturb during this live. Yo, I'm trying, bro. I'm trying not to like go crazy, right? But this loss is debilitating, it's brutal, and it hurts, bro. It hurts, bro. This is embarrassing, man. This is not funny. Yo, man, look, I've been doing this for a couple of years now. Like, and like, I always look, man, I always try to be like level-headed about this team. But yo, this is not supposed to happen with a Hall of Fame coach, yo. This is not supposed to happen with Tom Brady in the building like that matters. This is not supposed to happen. That offensive line is embarrassing. Embarrassing. And I don't know why Jackson Powers Johnson was not playing. I don't understand it. Clearly, there is a lack of physicality. Yo, and you know what's funny, bro? Robert Appleby, whoever the fuck you are, get the fuck out of here, man. I don't have no time for that. I'm sorry, yo. Whoever don't like me cussing, then turn the fucking stream off. This is an embarrassment. That offensive line has got to be the worst offensive line in football. You can complain about Genty. You can complain about Geno. I will not do it. I won't do it. These guys can't even, they're under duress the whole game. The whole game. Look, man, I'm just gonna tell y'all something. For everybody, if your children are around or you're a sponsor or something, this ain't the live for you, y'all. This ain't the live. Yo, if you got kids around, turn this one off. Turn this one off because there's gonna be a lot of F-bombs flowing today because this was a goddamn embarrassment. This is a goddamn embarrassment. The offensive line was horrendous. Horrendous. If they got $140 million in cap space, the first fucking thing they better do is go out there and go get some people in free agency. Now, I've heard people say to me, who would they have gotten this offseason? Hey, for starters, how about fucking Laramie Tunsil? How about Mekhi Becton? No, this ain't it. This ain't it, man. This ain't it. Hey, Tupac, get the fuck out of here. A grown-ass man. You don't tell me how to. Y'all don't like when people try to tell me how to move. Who the fuck are you to come here and tell me what I need to be mad at? Get the fuck up out of here. That shit is ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yo, I'm not doing this year. I'm not doing this, bro. They better fix this shit right fucking now. My guy Anthony Thompson with the $2 smackaroonie, man. Put the young guys in the O-line, ain't it? They better put somebody in. My guy Ray DeLoso, been a member for 10 months. There got to be a point where enough is enough. The point is right now. Enough's enough, yo. That's it. C. Rob with the $5 holler, man. We have the worst O-line in the NFL. Soft as medication cotton. Kenny Mack, Brennan Carroll, and Chip Carey were atrocious. Look, I think a lot of the decision making is definitely atrocious. I don't necessarily know at this point, right, whose fault is what. So I'm going to reserve my judgment for Brennan Carroll. But with the way that they called this game, Chip Kelly in particular, and as it pertains to Ashton Genty, and I'm going to wait for the game to finish, and we're going to put up, some numbers. But as it pertains to that, I need to see what that man's looking at to not continue to feed the ball to the young rook. I need to see it. I need to see it, bro. I need to see it. Been saying this since last year. This offensive line sucks. That's why Zamir White couldn't find running lanes. Now Ashley can't find running lanes. Geno has nobody blocking for him. No, that's a fact. The offensive line is terrible. And listen, it's time to go out there right now and go on a scrap heap and bring another backup in. They have to do something. They have to change something. Maybe it's playing some of the rookies that they've drafted this year. But if they go back out there with this same assortment of guys next week, I'm going to go to fuck off. That's enough, man. That is enough. Shout out to almost 500 of y'all in the room. Get wasted with your brother Wasted. Tell a friend and tell a friend. This is the Wasted Talent Rant Line. Whatever you guys need to get off your chest, you can get off your chest right here with me. We pay so much money to watch and go to games, and this is what we get. They better fix it and fast. I am done paying for and watching and going to games. This is terrible for my mental health. Scott, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Listen, I love tapping into this community, bro. I love tapping in with this community. I love doing this, right? But what I would tell you is, yo, I can't take much more of this. I can't take it, bro. I can't take it. I cannot take it, bro. This is terrible, bro. It's hard to come up here and look, I'm never going to give up on this team. I ain't never giving up on them, right? But it's hard to come here and be positive when the team is bad. It's hard to come here and be positive when they do anything, because when they do anything, you're like, all right, man, cool. Like, maybe we're going to turn it around, right? This is great. And then what happens? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And this is the thing. A lot of us we're saying 7-10, 8-9, right? This don't look like that, bro. This looks like last year. That's what this looks like to me. That's what this looks like. This looks real, 4-13-ish. Look, revisionist history aside, bro. Like, I'm not going to talk about who they should have drafted. I don't even want to get into, what they should have did in free agency, because I find myself doing that, right? Because I'm not there. I don't even know if some of the guys I want would want to even come to this team, right? So what I will say is this, though. Sorry, I had to take a listen. What I will say is this: the decisions that need to be made in the way this team is moving, they need to do something now. And I don't necessarily, I can't give you what the answer to that is at this particular moment. But what I do know is that, one, I don't know if Jackson Powers Johnson was fully healed. He was a full participant in practice. He's on the sideline. He was in on some kickoff play. Maybe they're trying to bring him along slowly. But there need not be another week that JPJ is not on that line. And I don't know why he's in the doghouse with them, if he is, because it looks that way, right? In a sense. Could be just because he's coming down, he was concussed, and they're bringing him along slowly, right? But if it's anything beyond that, it's criminal not to play that kid, because this offensive line is horrendous. Horrendous. Shout out to my guy, Raider Bubba, man. Starting to feel like the groundskeeper from Major League. We're still shitty. Yes. Yeah, bro. So, oh, no, we suck again, right? J-Rock 71 with the $2 holler. The O-line and D-line getting manhandled. Where's the grit? I don't know. Bro. Where's the grit? Bro, maybe they need to go eat some damn grits and put some weight on. Something, bro. Because what I saw today, I saw this defensive and offensive line. It all starts in the trenches. I saw these two groups get freaking absolutely manhandled like children. And it is embarrassing. And it's exhausting, bro. Exhausting. God. Salute to everybody in this 700 y'all in the chat, man. We're going to get some numbers up. We're going to get the presser up for you guys. My biggest worry before the start of the season was the O-line. And after 3 games, my biggest worry is still the O-line. Every game moving forward is going to be a slugfest. Next week against the Bears is going to be a slugfest. So now we continue the trend of losing the backup quarterbacks. And I'm not going to act like Marcus Mariota is just some scrub and he hasn't been a starter in his league, but neither was Andy Dalton. So a year to the day, we are going through the same bullshit. The same nonsense. God, man. So the Raiders lose in the final 41-24. So if you bet the over, you won today. Now listen, Trey Tucker had a damn good game. Trey Tucker had a good game. When Geno had time, he delivered the football, but the guy didn't have much time. He was under duress all game. All game. All game. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. Just freaking ridiculous, man. My guy Julio Jones, man, been a member for 2 months. How they played today was a crime against humanity, bro. It's a crime against somebody, bro. Yo, as much as we want Pete's son out, it's not happening. Bro, we don't even know if it's Pete's son at this point, though, guys. We don't know. What I know is that the assortment of athletes that they go out there on a week in and week out basis is not going to get it done in this league. When we talk about the trenches in the offense, from the offensive line perspective, Dylan Parham, and we're going to get some numbers soon to see how these guys did. That is not a professional football team's offensive line. Colton Miller is, but Jordan Meredith is looking like he's a little confused at times. Jordan Meredith's still getting pushed around. I will never understand this Jordan Meredith thing. He's still getting pushed around. Fuck you, my dog. OG, Pete, my last super, bro. I want your input. Yo, my bad, brother. Let me scroll up, man. I'm just so pissed, man. I must have missed it, bro. Fuck you. I'm sorry, bro. This is on the players to me. No effort. Pete knows it. The lack of tackling is sick. The lack of blocking is miserable. Pete is a motivator. This is bad, bro. Yeah, 100%. It's always on the bro. We can complain about coaches. We can talk about offensive line coaches. We can talk about all this stuff. But at the end of the day, the players need to wear some of this shit. They got to wear almost all of it. They're the ones out there taking the snaps. They're the ones getting paid. And this Raider defense, this run defense, got absolutely gashed today. They got punched in the mouth and bullied, and it's bad. And yo, if I'm being honest, and look, I don't want to be the Raider conspiracy theorist, right? So I'm not going to. But Sean Hockenly, bro, is whenever I see him be the head ref for a game, I cringe because that guy calls every fucking thing. Like everything, bro. Ineligible man downfield. You don't call that when you're still engaged in a block. What is that? What is that? The Isaiah Palmau, little helmet to helmet contact. Yo, dude is not a defenseless runner. What the fuck do you want him to do? Horrendous officiating as well. It took the air right out of the building. This was a disaster today, bro. Raider War Report. Now I'm even more pissed thinking that we could have had Tunsil and Becton on the right side. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, but look, we got to ask ourselves, did they even want to come here, right? Fire Carroll's son. Listen, bro, I'm not calling for nobody's job, bro. What I'm calling for is for these players to get it together, bro. I'm not putting this on I'm sick of that shit. I'm not putting it on the refs. I'm not putting it on everyone hating on the Raiders because nobody's hating on this shit right here. I'm not putting this on, a guy that's won everywhere else but here. I'm not just going to put, and I know, listen, I'm upset now, but I understand that eventually they're going to turn this around in a way where it can't be a dumpster fire. But I'm going to tell you something, bro. Normally when it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. This is looking like it is the flames of a dumpster fire has been stoked today. That's how this is looking to me. And that is not what I wanted to see today. Now, when we were picking games, all of us to a man said that this was going to be a rough game to win. But the problem with it is that this is a game now with Jaden Daniels sitting down that you probably should win. You don't let backups beat you, right? And the reason why this one hurts me, and I can only speak for me, right? Let me calm my ass down here and give you guys a show. The reason why this hurts for me is because I thought that this is a game, yet another week in a row, that the Raiders can show that it's not the same old Raiders because we got Pete Carroll. This ain't the same old Raiders because of ... And guess what? Surprise! Same old Raiders, man. Terrible, man. Shout out to my guy, Deion Brown, becoming a member, man. Appreciate you joining the Wasted Talent Army, man. My dog. Facts. YTD. The same BS, different coaches, man. My guy, Joseph Barrett's in a place to be, man. Shout out to Joe, man. JPJ needs to be in there. This is sickening. Yeah, bro. I need to figure out why not. And I better, and this is to all you beat writers, because I know you watch. As we speak behind the scenes, who's ever in that room, you need to ask why Jackson Powers Johnson was held out of the starting lineup today. None of this tiptoeing, none of this glad handing. I want some real questions asked during that damn press conference so we can get some reciprocity here. ARB Bowling, man. Dylan and Zeus need to go. JPJ needs to be the center. No, Dylan doesn't need to go. Why does Dylan Laube need to go, bro? What has that kid done but work hard? That to me, that's a tone deaf take. That's bogus, man. ARB, that's super bogus, man. Dylan Laube didn't do nothing to nobody but go out there and work hard, work his ass off. And look, bro, I don't have I don't know bro like that. But I give him his props. He worked his way into a player. Dylan Laube I'm not putting this on him, bro. Pal Mal is trash, can't tackle on D special teams. Bro, that's your opinion, bro. I don't see it that way. I don't see, Isaiah Pal-Mal being trash, bro. I think that's a little harsh, bro. I think that this situation as a whole is trash. And it leads all of us to be very hyperbolic, bro. And it makes me mad because this is another week that you're going to have all the naysayers come out of the woodworks and shit all on the team, bro. But they deserve it this week. And I got to be honest. And then you're going to have all the assholes that come out and say, oh, well, I'm just being honest. Because their brand is to be a douchebag and to be negative. That shit is corny, bro. And I'm sick of that shit, bro. The Rough Riders with the $5 holla, man. I found the fountain of youth. Graffiti, me, and you go play the Raiders. It seems like gray hairs dominated us. Even Allen dominated like you, bro. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Look, I know Von Miller is a Hall of Famer, bro. But for that man to do a one-handed extension, bro, and beat DJ Glaze like that, man, was bad, man. It was terrible, man. That was terrible. Terrible play, man. The offensive line gets an F. Running game, D-. Coaching staff, F today. A complete F. Mike, what's up, man? Said not one single chance on the O-line the whole game. Why was JPJ not playing if he was active? How could you not put him in? Look, bro, I do not know, bro. I don't know. But the offensive line, like my man Bruce Billions is saying, man, it's costing us the season, bro. They have to fix this. And the problem is that we have not invested in an offensive line in a real way in too long, bro. Since Jack Del Rio was here. And since we went out and got, Rodney Hudson. Since we went out and got Kelechi Osemele. Went out and got Austin Howard. We have not done that. That was the one thing that I love that Reggie McKenzie did right off the rip. He went out and he invested in this offensive line, bro. And then now you got my guys like S. Dot, like UA Mel. They say it every single day. And I try to give these guys that the organization give a chance. I try to give them a chance because I want it to work. But, bro, let me tell you something, bro. The day of reckoning is here, bro. They're going to lose a generation of fans very quickly if they don't do something right now. Right now. Salute to the almost 1,000 of you guys in the room, man. Let me get to some of these supers, man. My guy Roshak, man. Wasted DMC in the house. Much respect, brother. Much respect, bro. Much respect. Appreciate you, bro. Xavier Foster. Big man skunked the special teams. The O-line is non-existent and the defense is inconsistent. Watch us flip again next game. The O-line is consistently bad. Bro, For them to really change this thing around, bro, they need to realize that they cannot keep the same assortment of guys out on the field for this offensive line. That's clear. They cannot do that anymore. They cannot do it. My guy Black Sales with the $5 smackaroonie, man. The middle of our O-line sucked last year, and the middle of our O-line sucks this year. And, bro, nothing has changed. And, yo, listen, thinking that you are going to do the same thing over and over again and feel like you are going to get a different result is what, everyone? The exact definition of insanity. But the thing is this, bro. Under the stewardship of Pete Carroll, I would never in a million years think that they would die on this hill. Something needs to change, bro. Now, Joe Philbin is up in that box, and I saw him. They better lean on Joe Philbin, bro. Because I know Joe Philbin is a hell of an offensive line coach. He's one of the guys who had to step in last year. But this is looking very Luke Getsy-esque. My guy Blaze, 3 out of the first 4 picks don't even contribute. How do you fix this team on all 3 levels? I can't even. I'm not even going to try to begin to argue with you, bro. My guy J-Rock, it's time to reshuffle the O-line, D-line, and linebacker group. The linebacker group is okay, man. It's fine. The linebacker group's fine to me. I mean, I don't know if I'm seeing something you guys aren't. I personally feel that it starts and ends and finishes up on this team up front, both sides of the ball. Get your mock drafts ready. This is a 6-win team top, bro. I'm not doing that shit. I'm sorry, bro. I refuse to sit up here in the middle of this season and do mock drafts. I refuse, bro. I refuse. This is bullshit, bro. I'm not doing it. My guy Ricky 2 times with the $5 holler, man. Nothing learned from last year. Did they not watch O-line tape? Pathetic. They put that product out there for real games. I blame Pete and Spotek. Who else can you blame? Listen, Pete got to wear this, bro. I love Pete. Pete got to wear this. He got to wear it, bro. He has to fix this. And I don't know what to listen. Hey, is Carmen Basillo available? Where is Carmen Basillo? Let me tell you something. They got to fix it, bro. They got to fix it. Shout out to my guy, King85, man, with the $10 smacky. What if the players just aren't good, bro? That's what it's looking like to me. It's only so much coaching you could do. You got to have guys, not just guys that are good on the Raiders. And King85, this is what I'm talking about. But the thing is, we're saying that like they didn't have any control over who and what and how this team was formed. These people are the ones who went out there and got a lot of these players, bro. They didn't land in Henderson. They didn't land in Nevada and Las Vegas and just say, hey, man, roll the ball out there. Here, take these guys, and you can't make any changes. They had cap space. They had an offseason. They had a free agency. They had all of this. This is the people that they made. It's the team you made because you got rid of a lot of guys. It's a team you made, Pete. That's an offensive line, yo. You guys let Colton Miller twist in the wind. You guys went out there and drafted, Charles Grant. Y'all drafted these guys, bro. Y'all went a free agent and brought in Alice Kappa. Don't give me that. You're the ones who decided not to start Jackson Powers Johnson at center. When if you look at the offensive line last year, the change happened once he went to center. I don't want to hear that. Destroy the weights. 4th and 1. Run with Labe from shotgun. Come on, man. That's Bush League. That's Bush League punk ass football, bro. Glaze is a high-end backup. Parham is soft. Meredith is a damn guard. JPJ is gonna improve, but you put him in a spot to succeed, and that's a fact, bro. That is an effing fact. Yo, guys, you tell me, man. Raider Nation 05. Yo, we got almost 1,000 in the room. Get race with your brother wasted. This is a winnable game, man. Just like the other game. Winner. but you perform the way you perform, and this is where we are. This team has no effort. Guys, we putting on the presser right now, y'all. Listen, guys, the press conference is on right now. The press conference is on right now, y'all. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to be rocking and rolling. Here's Pete Carroll, y'all.
It didn't work out. And if it did, you'd see it. So I didn't handle that as well as I need to.
Hey, guys.
Thank you.
My bad, y'all. I didn't know the presser was on, y'all. I know they're going to come back. They're going to come back. I rewind it. I screwed up on that. That's on me, y'all. I'm sorry, man. I was reading supers, man. J. Rowe, wasted. Pete's son is the coordinator over the run game and the O-line, the two worst parts of our team. Yo, there you go. There you go. My guy, Rated Jimmy Barbecue. The whole team shit the bed from top to bottom. Salute to my guy. Yo, the linebackers can't rap and tackle. Today was a prime example. My guy, Rated Lux. Hit up Tom Cable. Upgraded special team with a gym teacher. Ike Torres. Did the NFL ban Genty from running off tackle? My guy, Ike, man. Yo, Brandon Carroll got to be fired immediately. Man, yo. This is nasty, nasty work, y'all. Nasty work. Nasty, nasty, disgusting work, yo. My God, man. I don't want no excuses. Just fixes, bro. But this is literally the problem that was in Seattle, too. The offensive line. Pete got to fix it, man. Y'all said Pete literally said nothing. Generic talk, not even worth it. Short presser, look, man. They got to fucking fix it, bro. My guy Buck Nasty's in the place. I'm tired of all the garbage talking heads talking shit on the Raiders. But all they done is prove them right. I am sick of this, bro. And that's what hurts so much, bro. That's what the fuck hurts, bro. I got to listen to Ryan Clark's punk ass. I got to listen to Mike Florio and all these jerk-offs, man. I'm fucking sick of it, man. Sick of it. And then now we got to sit up here and we got to wonder, right? We got to wonder. And I don't necessarily know if this is the case, right? But we got to wonder, like my man J-Rock just said, the NFL has passed Pete Carroll by. It's a game-to-game business. You're only as good as your last game, and it's clear we're horrible. Do you guys buy into that? Do you guys think that the game is passed Pete by? I don't think so, bro. And Raider Felon, yeah, bro. Raider Felon always says this. He goes, yo, I quit pumping the Raiders up until they win consistently. Raider Felon is always very, very measured because Raider Felon been rocking out with me since I started. You know what I'm saying? He's been very, very measured, bro. He never goes and, blows this team up. He's very measured in his support of the Raiders, bro. This is fucking horrible, man. Horrible. I'm waiting for some of the numbers to come out, y'all. It's like, yo, it's almost like you got to stay out of football conversations, man. It's like you got to hide. That shit hurts, bro. It hurts. I bought into the dream again this year. God help me. New regime, etc. The dream is dead already. Not the 1 and 2. We're playing trash, man. It's not the 1 and 2, bro. It's the style of how we losing, bro. It's the style, bro. It's not, everybody like, oh, it's just week 3. That's not the point, bro. It's the fact that they went out there and they got the ball ran down their goddamn throat. That's the problem. It ain't got nothing to do with it being week 3. It could be week 23. That is bad at any time in the season. look, I don't know what's wrong with JPJ. I don't know. And I'm not saying that putting JPJ on this line is going to solve all of our problems, but it's going to solve some of them. I'll tell you that. It'll solve some of them, man. And Pete Carroll is not firing his son, bro. I don't expect that at all. So I really do not know which way is up, yo. This is like a Richard Pryor movie, bro. Which way is up? Which way is up? Because listen to me, he's not gonna fire his son, bro. So now we're handcuffed to a problem that the Raiders can't just get rid of now. J-Ro, for someone whose mantra is compete, show me what the competition is. That's a fact. You know what the thing is? What I want, and this is what I will say to Pete Carroll, because I don't know the ins and the outs of what's going on just yet. But what I would say to Pete Carroll is this. I've seen him sit down guys like JPJ because they got to compete. I've seen him, start Kai Blue Kelly because he won it. He got it out the muscle. I get it. What I will say is that I want Pete Carroll to take that same compete metric and place it in the lap of his son. Geno Smith,
watching the film, I feel like we just didn't do enough in any phase of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. I felt like we gave them too much.
Salute, you're not rocking with the best. Wasted talent.
And there was
wasted talent. Rantline is
control of the game, and then I felt like we let it get away from us. And then second half coming out and not getting points, and then they go and get points, kind of make it a 2-score game, and then from there it just kind of got away from us. So I feel like there's not one point of our game that we can't get better at. I think there's a lot of things that we could have done better today.
Were you ever able to get comfortable? I mean, it looked like from the first play you're running for your life.
Yeah, I mean, it's football, and it's going to, be like that sometimes. I mean, they have a good defense and a lot of good guys on that side. Hats off to them. They played a great game. But I felt like we made our plays, throughout the game, but just wasn't consistent enough. And that's where I felt like we sputtered, throughout the game. And then we had some big plays, and then we had some drives that didn't look right. So I put that on me. I put the onus on me, and I got to get better and be better for my guys.
This is a franchise that is trying to build a new culture. In the past, these are moments where maybe things go a little sideways. As a leader of this team, what becomes the stress point of making sure that doesn't happen?
No, nothing's going sideways. It's week 3 in the NFL, and we got a long season ahead of us. It's never easy to lose a game. You want to win all of them, but that's not the reality. And so the reality is that we're faced with a battle in front of us. And as a quarterback, as a football player, I look forward to the challenges, and we're embracing that as a team and as a locker room. Each guy in this locker room is going to stick together and going to stand beside his fellow teammate and do what's right. And so, that's where we're at with it. There's no separation here. There's no one going to point the finger. If anything, point the finger at me, and we'll get it fixed.
In terms of things that did go right, Ashton looked like you got on track a little bit, and then Trey Tucker, obviously, the bond between him continues to build. Is that something you build?
Yeah, there's a lot that we can build on, but again, man, the game's about winning, and that's all. And so there's no moral victories. There's nothing that I can say that I feel good about because we lost the game. I just know the type of team that we have. I believe in the type of guys that we have. I believe in the Raider Nation. I know that we can get this thing headed in the right direction, and that's what I'm focused on. I really want to, get back to work. I can't wait to get back to work so we can solve these problems and come out next week with a new enthusiasm.
You're just at work. What the fuck you mean?
Sorry, but Pete Carroll said earlier he took the blame for not sort of the bounce back from Monday night to this game. Do you feel like sort of physically or mentally that wasn't what it should have been, that turnaround?
No, I'll take the blame for it. Coach wasn't out there playing. He didn't make any plays out there. It was, I was out there quarterbacking, and I could have done a better job to, extend some drives or, make some better plays, make some better checks so that we can go out there and we can win the game. We didn't put up enough points. That's the reality. As an offense, we got to be able to go out there and score, just about every time we touch it. That's got to be our mindset. And so I didn't do enough today. I didn't get us there, and you can put it on me, not coach.
When you guys tied it up 10-10, that was a pretty good drive running the ball. How important do you think it's going to be for you guys to establish the run, have success going forward?
Extremely important. extremely important. But more importantly, we got to dominate the line of scrimmage. We got to own the line of scrimmage. That's football in a nutshell. If you can win the line of scrimmage, you can win a lot of games. If you can win the line of scrimmage, control the turnover battle, get first downs, convert in the red zone, be great in situations, you can win a lot of games. And so, it's a lot of things that we can do better. But I look forward to getting it right.
Obviously, your running back had a lot of success last year in college. Is there anything that you kind of work with him and just, I know it's coming slowly now. Is there anything that you've been talking to Ashton about?
Yeah, just sticking with it. It's not college. I mean, that's the reality. And, it's the big boy league, and it's going to be tough every week. There is no cupcakes. There is no lollipops. It's big boy football week in and week out. And we've got to help him be, all around him.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
got to be better so that he can go out there and show what he can do, because he can do it. He showed it in the NFL. He can do it, man. He's running guys over, making guys miss. We just got to open up space for him. I got to get some better checks, get some better run calls so that he can go out there and showcase what he's capable of.
What was working with Tucker?
Trey's a great player. Again, man, we he gave us maximum effort today, but again, we're not here for moral victories. We didn't win the game. That's all that matters. We got to get back to work.
Good.
Thank you, guys.
Yo, that was Geno Smith rocking some Seahawk colors. Look, it's a few things. Shout out to the over 1,000 of y'all in the room. Get wasted with your brother wasted. It's a few things there that to unpack there, right? I've calmed down. The F-bombs have stopped flowing. But two things. Geno is talking about, it's on him and better checks, and it's a big boy league. Look, if it's a big boy league, then we need big boy decisions being made. We need for some of these decisions to be made right now on the fly. Now, the Raiders in the 3rd round drafted 2 offensive linemen, and they were both inactive today. Why is that? The top half of this draft class, the future of this team is not playing. The future's now, Pete Carroll. The future's now, because this cannot continue. This can't continue. Rough Raider with the $2 slappy, yo. Salute, y'all. Listen, man. I'm just aggravated, y'all. I'm aggravated, man. Salute to Big Mike Raider, man. Mike,
Salute,
man.
bro. Salute.
Mike, I'm losing the words here, bro. I'm losing the words, man.
And I can't help you right now because, just listening to that Geno Smith presser, it's frustrating because how many years have we heard our quarterback say it's on me? I got to take, control of this. How many games do we got to hear this on a week-to-week basis until things get fixed? I'm not trying to jump off the cliff or nothing like that, but we've heard this on a week-to-week basis. And when is it going to get fixed? I'm tired of hearing it. Man. I'm honestly tired of hearing it. Man. Offensive line looked like complete garbage. There's no way to sugarcoat none of that. Meredith does not need to be a center in this league. I don't even know if he should be an offensive line, a starter in this league.
He's not a starter. And that's the thing that I said going back the whole offseason. He's not a starter. He's a great guy that if you have somebody go down with an injury to come in and spell somebody, but he is not a starter, bro.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed.
Fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, it's frustrating hearing the same old excuses every week. Geno Smith, look, he's saying the right things. When you speak in front of these pressers, what do you expect somebody to say, right? Like, I get it. But as Raider fans, where we're coming from right now, we don't want to hear any of this. We've heard it's on me too many times over the years.
Yeah.
And this is where we're at all over again. We've heard it too many times before. Show us some results. Pete Carroll, coaches, front office, show some results. That's what we're looking for now. We're not looking for the excuses. We're not looking for the moral victories. Hey, next week when we play Chicago, they're going to have the home field advantage. And that's Mark Davis, this is your fault too. This is the reason why we can't get a home field advantage, because we go on the road and we lay an egg every week. We play big games on Monday night, when the things are supposed to be looking up against the Chargers, and we lay an egg. This is why we have what we have.
Yep.
We can't figure the shit out.
Bro, the funny thing is that there are a lot of people in this league get paid a lot of money to make decisions, and they make this shit too complicated.
Yeah.
You know, every year the Raiders are the only team where I see there'll be somebody in that positional group that's available in free agency, and they don't even look at them because they're like, oh, we drafted this guy, this super secret special guy that no one else in the fucking league wants, and this is the guy who's going to get us to the promised land.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous, man. Yo, my guy Pride and Purpose is in a place, man. Pete should have just said, this ain't it, and adjustments will be made. End of story.
Yep.
Crazy, man. Yo, my guy Rorschach, I can't wait until Tom Brady becomes the majority owner, because that's the only way things will change, in my opinion. I've taken too much pain from this team, bro. I don't even know if that'll change anything.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll change anything, bro, because this is the thing, bro. You know, they keep saying Tom Brady. He's been in the back helping them make and nothing has changed, bro. Like, you know what, man? All of this stuff about Tom Brady pulling the strings behind, the scenes, I fucking hope he's not, because if he is and it looks like this, then what the fuck then? What are we doing here? If he's pulling the strings and it still looks like this, what the hell is going on here? Oh my God.
I don't have no answers at this point, bro. I don't even, the offensive line. Look, and you were talking about the compete. Everybody wants to bring up compete, but I even put it in the chat, man. What does it look like? What is a pillow fight? A pillow fight is a competition too. So if you just don't have the guys in the building, you can't win anyway. So we got to look at from top to bottom how we're evaluating people. I'm not jumping off the cliff. It's week 3. I get it. But it's how it looks. On 3 weeks, the offensive line has looked bad. Even week 1 when we got the win, the offensive line has looked bad. You cannot win in this league with offensive line playing the way they look, man. So that's just what it is.
Man, that's my God. Yo, salute to my guy Pride and Purpose. Pete should have said this ain't it, and adjustment will be made in the story. I know I read that, but I read it again because I don't know if you guys heard it. Yo, I read that one. LS, games are won and lost in the trenches, and on both sides of the ball are poor, especially the O-line. Why is JPJ in the doghouse? LS, I cannot tell you why. Do you think he's in the doghouse, bro? Or do you think that they were trying to, kind of give him some space in between taking all that contact with him having another head injury?
I think it was precautionary, but I mean, at some point you got to be like, all right, second half, it's time. Because
they put him out there for some special team snaps, so that's why I can't. If it's precautionary and they were gonna hold him out, then just hold him out. Like, why put him in pads? Like, I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't get it either. If JPJ isn't your dude, I say everything from top to bottom has to be evaluated. DJ Glaze looked bad too. Let's just keep it a buck too.
Yes,
like
he did.
He didn't look good.
Von Miller with the extension and just driving him back into the quarterback was horrendous.
And I don't care what level of play this dude is, Hall of Famer or not, right? You're a starter in this league. You're not supposed to get ragdoll like that. A one arm, like that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
That's Reggie White.
Yeah.
That's the minister. That's crazy. It's sick, man. Scotty Tile with the $10 slappy. Pete Carroll trying to give us unemployed bum-ass son a job and costing us another season. If serious changes that happen this week, forget the rest of the season. Do you buy into that whole premise that it's all Brendan Carroll? I don't, bro. I don't buy into this shit that it's just all Pete Carroll's son, bro.
No. At some point, your O-line has to execute. And it's scheme, it's blocking. Maybe the communication's off. And if you just don't have the guys to make the plays, then you're going to get what you got. Meredith at center is not working. Parham is not good at the guard position right now. Kappa is Kappa. We expected this. So it's, to me, you can't really put it on the coaches if you don't got the guys to get the job done.
That's a fact. That's a fact, Big Mike. Shout out to my guy, UA Mel. Remember the Tom Walsh bed and breakfast offense, terrible O-line? That's when I learned the O-line is key. I remember that pain, but put in my Kevin Hart's voice, you going to learn today. Bro, it's not that we don't all know that the offensive line is key. We all know that, right? It's not, that's not the case, from where I sit. Where I sit is this. They bring some of these guys in. We see them in camp. We hear in camp how they're doing. And I say, let me give it a shot. Let's see how it works. Maybe this assortment of guys they have are the ones that they need in the building. But I'm not doing that anymore because I saw a few guys. If you get another starter on a bad offensive line, that makes a bad offensive line an average one. And that's the point. You don't have to revamp. You don't have to turn them into the Washington Redskin Hogs of the 80s and 90s. You get one guy that's a starter that just alleviates a whole mess of pressure from you. And I believe that guys like Laramie Tunsil being out there, guys like Mekhi Becton, Morgan Moses is getting a little older, but like some of these guys, you had some centers that were available. If you weren't sold on JPJ, like why are we going out there and trying to turn a guy who was a guard into a center? Like when you have guys who have played center and played and started in this league as center that were available in the offseason, bro. Like, why are we doing that? Like, if you knew that you wanted to make Jackson Powers Johnson a guard, you knew it from the word go, because it seemed like that to me, right? Then go get a real center and stop playing this game where you're trying to develop a guy who's a fringe starter, bro. I don't understand the love affair with Jordan Meredith. Shout out to my guy Skylar Milstead with the $2 slap of Rooney. Shout out to my guy Joseph Ibarra. They are stunting JPJ's development. It is sickening. Oh my God. Yeah, cut the check with the $5 holler, man. We lose to the Bears. I'm golfing on Sundays for the rest of the season. Oh my God, bro.
Hey, we got to start. If we're looking at centers, we got to start looking at our backup that we ended up keeping. I thought he was going to be on the practice squad. Our backup, the backup center that we ended up keeping.
It's Putnam. No,
Putnam. Will Putnam.
It's Putnam. Will Putnam, right? Listen, bro. I don't, bro, Mike. I don't think that the answers for solving this lies at center. I believe that the wrong guy is playing center, and I believe that if you're gonna change anything, go with youth. They've been going with youth everywhere else. Go and put Caleb Rogers out there. You know what I mean? Go put Charles Grant out there. See if you have anything with him. Get him some snaps because the future is now. Because the guys you got that are starting now are bad. What did he like? We're already losing. Lose with some young guys and see if they're worth the shit.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man. Yo, my guy Rorschach, not hiring Harbaugh is really looming over us. Rorschach, bro. I said it once, I said it twice, bro. Everybody says that, Jim Harbaugh, we should hire. How do y'all know Jim Harbaugh at that point wanted to come here? Before that, Jim Harbaugh was thinking about leaving Michigan. Before that, he was thinking about leaving Michigan. When he left Michigan, he got in trouble and he was looking for an NFL job. Yo, if you tell me that I can either coach Justin Herbert or Aiden O'Connell, what you think I'm gonna do? Like, come on, bro. In a brand new stadium, come on.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. And kind of looking forward, right? If we can't get this offense started against the Bears next week, hey, you might as well put it on a bow, wrap it up. It's season's done. I'm not gonna lie to you. You gotta win next week. That Bears defense, the Lions put 51 on them last week. So you got to get it started. We're not saying put 50 on them. I'm not saying that. It's baby steps here. But you got to put at least 21. You got to put at least 21, which we haven't done, in real time. I mean, a lot of garbage played today. I'm not going to really count that. But you got to put at least 21 on this Bears defense next week.
Bro, what did you think about how Ashton Genty looked in the limited time that they gave him the rock and kind of like in some kind of rhythm? How did you feel about how Genty looked? I was pleased with the way he looks. He looks like a guy that can get it done, man.
Yeah, And that's what I don't get from all these naysayers saying about Ashton Genty. He's a bust. They're not looking deeper than what they're seeing in front of besides stats. Genty, when he's running the ball, is special. You know, this guy's bouncing off defenders, breaking first tackles. Like, the dude is a special running back. You look with your eyes, you can see what's going on with him.
Yeah.
You know, and it's this O-line. It's squarely on the O-line why Genty can't get started.
Bro, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Yo, wait. Yo, I want to put up what Pete Carroll said earlier, y'all. Hold on, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
For him, it was tough, and he played tough and showed you how he does it.
Wait, hold on. It's up there.
But we didn't start out well at all. We came out of the chutes.
Salute to everybody in the chat. I'm replaying what Pete Carroll said earlier, y'all.
Couldn't see much, but we do have to mix better so that we feel the run in the pass mix that gives us an advantage instead of feeling like we're getting knocked around.
Or 40 or more yards and 4 or 50 or more yards for them.
Huge plays, yeah. I mean, that's just not the football that we play, and that's what I'm saying. We have to be better because it starts right with that. If you give up big plays, you're no good, and we were no good today.
Just what went into the decision to start Hawks Cap at right guard over JP?
Just that it was a short week, and he just got back, and we'll give Alex a chance to go again and see how that goes, and he was available to play. But we just decided for the continuity for coming out of last week, it might be a little bit smoother. And we didn't hit any of these days this week. And so it just felt like this was a better choice to go that way. And the competition goes on.
As far as Michael Mayer, just how is he doing after?
Yeah, he did have a concussion, went through the protocol and all that. I don't know how serious it is. We'll find out.
Wait, I want to pause this, right? This is why I went back to it. I want to pause this. He just said because of a short week and we had no hitting. So it was a precaution, right? But then they dressed him and put him out on special teams.
I guess you don't hit in special teams. Tell that to Michael Mayer, who got his clock clean, and it was rigor mortis for a good 2 seconds.
Yeah, I thought he had. I got very, very concerned when I saw that.
Me too.
I immediately prayed for that kid because I said, man, this kid has been through a lot, man. I don't want to see that happen to anybody on a football field. But Mike, do you think? And shout out to my guy Rated Rash real quick, man. Hold on, I did a little back feed. So when I read this, I'm gonna read it and then I'm gonna unmute you real quick, Mike. JPJ issue, is it personal wasted? Has to be. I say that because it wasn't a precaution last week for Brock's knee. He was clear and still set. But bro, look, that's totally different because we're dealing with a knee and then we're talking about a head. Head injuries are a little more nuanced. So if that's how he saw it, then to me, I feel like you shouldn't even play him. Don't even hype everybody up if you still don't feel that he's ready to rock and roll and he's oodles and noodles. Leave him at home or let him sit on the sideline.
Yeah, I agree, especially if you're going to go long distance, having a concussion or even still feel a little bit of those effects of a concussion traveling east for that far. Have him sit in Vegas and rest up for the next week. We can live with that at this point, But when you say that he's good to go and then you don't play him, now we got questions, and we've all had questions up to this point anyway. Why is Kappa and JPJ competing for the guard spot? What's going on here? We have too many questions. This just adds to the questions.
Bro, all of this compete stuff, it's cool in the offseason. It's not cool during the regular season, bro. You should know who's who and what's what at this point in this part of the program. We like all of the shuffling and the bullshit. Listen, there needs to be a shuffle this fucking week. This week. And that needs to be that. And if shuffling means going outside the building and mining the waiver wire and things of that nature, then go do what you got to do. But they got to fix this, man. Let me get to some of these supers, man. Hernandez, LA. My guy, man. He goes, the O-line is ass. Geno was running for his life. Yeah, I'm not blaming this on Geno, bro. I'm not blaming it. Like him coming out and saying it's on me, I think it's total bullshit. It's not. The only thing that was on you were the hands of the defenders of the other team, bro. Yo, my guy, Corey Malik with the $2 slap-a-rooney, man. Appreciate you, bro. My guy Rated Rash with another $2 holler, man. And why the fuck is Moser still a healthy scratch? Bro, I think he has an injury or something like that, core injury or something like that. I don't know. I'll look into it. I'll find out by the end of the live, man. I appreciate it. My guy Corey Malik with the $10 holler. Sad to say, I think coaching might be our biggest problem. Meredith and Parham cannot move people out of the gap. If you are physically weak, why are you playing inside offensive line? I don't understand it. You can't say that coaching is the problem when both of these guys were here before Pete and Spytek got here. The only thing that I think is the problem is that they haven't gotten rid of them, right? And they kept them. And that's the only blame I could put on their lap. My guy Ike Torres with the $2 holler. My soul left the first kickoff return. I knew. Yeah, man. My guy Skylar Milstead with the $10 holler. JPJ belongs at center. Jordan Merritt is a cut rate G guard. They put that at center. You do expect the same shit as the last regime. You don't expect the same. Wait, you do? Why are you saying do? You do expect the same shit as the last regime and expect the different results. It's called insanity. Okay, I read that totally wrong. Let me go backwards, man. Wait, JPJ belongs at center. Jordan Meredith is a cut rate guard. They put that they put at center. You do the exact same shit as the last regime and expect the different results. That is called insanity. And bro, we touched on that before. You damn right. And my guy Raider Rash with the $5 holler. Tonka and JJ Pegues still scratched. Are we playing players by seniority or something? Damn. I mean, I know the NFL is a union, but goddamn. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. Big Mike, I'm so sorry, man.
Man, hey, you good, man. Hey, you know, I'm cool with Tonka and Pegues not necessarily playing yet. I'm all right with that. What I don't like is this. To me, it's just the O-line play. And Parham, we saw him put on how many amounts of weight, you know, to play the guard position. But if you didn't put on any muscle, if you aren't strong enough to play the position, how good is it? Now you're just 334 pounds of softness at this point. So,
bro, yo, that's crazy because it's like, yo, people talk, oh, he put on weight. Yo, putting on fat and putting on weight are two. Look, putting on fat is not gonna help you, bro. Like going out there and double fisting churros is not gonna help you, bro.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here, man? And people saying, you know, Geno's garbage. It's like, bro, you say Geno makes a couple garbage time plays. Are you watching the same game I'm watching? Geno is running for his goddamn life.
Yeah. All game.
Running for his life. What do you want the fucking guy to do? What do you want him to do? Yo, my guy, Ira Jackson, with the $5 slap-a-rooney. He goes, I'm just waiting on basketball and hockey. I can't deal with this BS again this season, man. None of us can, bro.
Yeah.
None of us can. Yo, my guy, Skylar Milstead, JPJ belongs at center. Yeah, I read that one. I'm sorry, man. But yeah, bro, it's crazy, yo. Crazy. So, yo, do you guys want to hear more from Pete? Because I'll put it back on. You guys want to hear more? Yeah, Parham, listen, the Alpha and Omega, Parham needs to sit down. Now, guys, look, what I'm going to do is I think I'm gonna play a little bit more of the Pete Carroll presser, and we're going to get you guys some stats from the game, man.
Not bouncing back from the Monday night game. You think physically, mentally, all of it?
It looked like that. That's what it felt like. It felt like we did not get back. You know, we had a terrific practice on Thursday, and it felt like that we had bounced. And so we adjusted to make sure to get to game time, knowing that these guys, they were going to have all the rest that they needed, and we needed to get as rested as we could and make sure that we would be strong and ready to go. But it didn't work out. And if it did, you'd see it. So I didn't handle that as well as I need to.
Hey, guys.
I feel like I don't want to hear that shit no more. You know, I feel like I don't want to hear that shit no more. You know what, Mike? What I'm going to do is I need to get some stats from the game. I didn't pull all of that up. I was so livid, bro. I didn't pull any of that stuff up, man. I didn't pull any of it up, and it's about time I do, man. It's ridiculous, though, man. It really is, man. It is shameful the way these guys have played, man. It is fucking shameful, bro. I mean, so the whole JPJ thing, man. Why do you think that Chip Kelly won't commit to the run in a real way, man? I'll never understand it.
I think they're scared to use up Ashton Genty to a certain extent. I think it's a scared thing. I think it's a scared thing because they know that this O-line isn't great. I mean, why else wouldn't you want to give Ashton Genty the ball 20 to 25 times? Other than if you didn't know your offensive line can't get the job done. I can't think of another reason, to be honest with you. And hey, maybe you just don't have the running game to do it. You need more than one running back in this league. Zamir White isn't the guy. He isn't a second running back. He's horrible. Dylan Lobby shouldn't, he works hard, but he's not a second running back. Can't count on him, right? So who do you have? It becomes a detriment, and it becomes very risky to give Genty the ball behind this O-line and a number of times on top of that. So I get it. But, hey, he's just saying it silently what we're all seeing right in front of our eyes right now at this point. This O-line is not good.
Yeah, man. And they better do something to fix it, man. But, guys, look, I'm going to be honest with you. Geno Smith had 289 yards, 3 touchdowns, 19 for 29. Marcus Mariota went out there and totally cooked as a backup, 15 for 21, 207 yards, 1 touchdown. But, Marcus Mariota played great as a backup, man. Ashton Genty has 17 carries, 63 yards. Jeremy McNichols gashed us, 4 carries for 70 yards and a tutty. Trey Tucker had a coming out party, man. 8 receptions, 145 yards, 3 tuds. And Terry McLaurin, 3 receptions, 74 yards. Dylan Laube, 3 rushes for 2 yards. Zamir White, 5 carries. Why is Zamir White getting 5 carries playing like this? 5 carries for 19 yards. Geno Smith, 2 carries for 5 yards. Trey Tucker, one little jet sweep for 4 yards. Jacoby Myers, 3 receptions, 63 yards. Brock Bowers, 4 receptions, 38 yards. Dante Thornton Jr., 2 receptions, 29 yards. Jack Besh, 1 reception for 10 yards. Zamir White, 1 reception for 4 yards. And, on the defensive end side of the ball, Crosby, 4 tackles, 3 assists, 1 sack. And other than that, a bunch of guys with 4 tackles and 2 tackles and really no plays made, And, it's a sad state of affairs, man. It's a sad state of affairs, bro. It's just.
I hate to be right. I hate to be right because I said this morning. This isn't the team that is putting up 16.5 points per game. It looked like that numbers-wise in 2 games, 16.5, top 5, whatever the numbers was. It didn't look like to me eyeball-wise, right? And we saw it first half today, giving up almost 200 yards rushing. It's kind of almost getting back. It's almost the way of kind of even things out. You know what I mean? Like the stats show that we were playing better than what we were. We're not that good, And on the other side, fool's gold. But on the other side, I don't think we're as bad as giving up 171 yards in 1 half. That's not going to happen week to week. We tightened it up in the second half. I'll give them that. But we have to play lights out defense in order to win this game if this offense continues to play this way. It's a damn shame that Geno Smith has 4 touchdown passes this season in 3 games. All 4 of them has gone to only Trey Tucker. We got to find ways to get the rest of these guys in the end zone. That's a big problem.
That's a fact. But, bro, I'm going to be real with you. The bigger problem is that Geno Smith is on pace to get sacked like 70 times. Like, this is ridiculous. He's going to get the stuffing beat out of him. People don't realize this guy is been in the league for a long time. He's not a kid. You have to, they're gonna ruin this guy's career, bro. Salute to my guy Corey Malik. I get what you're saying. I only say coaching because I'm not sure how these dudes ended up starting. Watch the preseason, all 22, and they all look worse than our rookies. Even then, I don't know what the hell they're doing. Look, when you got guys with their jobs on the line, most people do not want to put their jobs in the hands of rookies. They don't. You know what I mean? And they want to develop their rookies, and they don't want to ruin their rookies, ruining their confidence. A lot of the stuff that is the delineation between people starting in this league and thriving in this league is confidence. Because look, man, when you meet guys that are in the National Football League, they're all talented. They're all 1% guys. They all are guys that when you go back to their high school, that there are stories of their legend that just people rave about how great they were, right? And then they get to the league and everybody's special now. And the thing that separates you is your confidence and your work ethic, and your ability to stay healthy, and your ability to retain and act out the information that you get. And that's really what the NFL is about, man. So, bro, I get why some of the rookies aren't starting, but at this point, these guys have earned nothing. Guys like Dylan Parham have earned nothing, bro. Dylan Parham needs to sit, bro. I'm sorry, man. Jamba Juice, man, with the $5 slap-a-rooney, man. I went to 8:30 Mass to catch this game, and it'll be, you know, the 10 the rest of the season. Bro, my guy cut the check. Yeah, offensive play calling was suspect. Yeah, I mean, it gets that way when you can't move the football, right? And Chip Kelly, the only thing I will say is him not staying with the fastball, right? LS, I said before the season, I didn't think these regimes' main priorities winning this season due to the way the roster was built. 2-time developmental O-line, and in the third, a gentleman's tank set up for 2026. LS, I don't, yo, you think that they're tanking with a 74-year-old coach?
No, this is a win now situation, but a win now which you have right now. You're not going to go full on spend the entire bank trying to win this year. You got to do it measured, but they're trying to win. I see what they're trying to do, but right now what they're trying to do isn't working, and you want to talk about confidence, right? The first 6 years of Geno Smith's career was pretty much ruined because of the lack of protection, the lack of development. He was lacking that confidence. You can see this guy regress and go back to the beginning stages of his career if you continue getting him hit 5 to 6 times a game.
Yep.
I'm just warning you guys right now because we're going to hear it. Geno Smith is a bust. Geno Smith, we should have never got him, this and that. You got to look. I don't know how many times I got to say it. You got to look at the O-line. That's where it starts. That's where it begins when you win and lose in this league at any level of football. You got to have an O-line.
Yeah,
we don't have one. We don't have one.
From the
right
word
now.
From the word go, there's nothing that's happening unless you're stout up front. My guy cut the check with the $2 slap-a-rooney. It's the trenches all the way, like Big Mike just said. And shout out to my guy Ruben Russ, always bringing the haymakers, man. I don't know if JPJ made fun of Brendan Carroll, but there is no reason he shouldn't be started. Drafted 2 O-linemen, drafted a wide receiver in the 2nd round, drafted a corner in the 3rd. None of them are starting. Premium draft picks are not playing. Man, yo. I mean, yo, look, bro, this is not a fun show, but I gotta let you cook. Oh my God, man. I gotta let you cook, Ruben Russ.
Hey, and I got a bone to pick with Darian Porter. Lack of effort is what caused that punt return touchdown. We get flagged for you not coming back on the field. That's saying a lot about who you are at this point.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I'm wrong, but when you don't come back on the field in a timely manner, that's unsportsmanlike. You know what I mean? So what kind of message is that sending to anybody looking at your film, looking at, what type of player you are, to trust that you can come out and eventually be a starter? This is a guy that was inked in as a starter preseason camp week 1. And now he's on a milk carton now. And the only time we hear about him is now he's getting flagged for not coming back on the field in a timely manner in a punt return situation. This is a problem.
Yeah, it's terrible, bro.
That's a big problem, bro.
And bro, what I saw today too, and I'm not blaming the refs because the Raiders were terrible, but the officiating in this game was Sean Hockenly, the son of Ed Hockenly, was horrendous. And he, by far, caused the most penalties than any other ref in the league. I had the numbers. I gotta find the numbers. Yo, what I saw today was debilitating for the Raiders. A lot of these calls were debilitating for the Raiders because, like the Isaiah Powell situation, 15 yards when you got Debo slamming into him like a fucking comet, right? Then you got situations with the intentional grounding. Where's that? They don't say anything about that. But then, you know, Jordan Meredith is engaged with a player. He's actively blocking down the field, and he's an eligible man downfield.
Yeah.
Yo, he is an over officious douchebag. He calls every fucking call, and it is ridiculous. And the league needs to check this guy because he ruins games, man. He's a bum, man.
You know, to me, besides the systematic setting up of us, you know, being how things supposed to look before the game starts, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, to me, I think it's a crime to play a team after playing a Monday night football game and expect that team to play Monday night after playing Monday night, going on the road and playing a team that played on Thursday night football. That is a crime, bro.
Bro,
like
they were talking about that in the offseason, bro. You had a team that's fresh as a daisy. Fresh as a goddamn daisy, bro. Big Mike, what I got to say to the person who made that decision is this.
Man, you a bitch.
Yeah, man. Yo, whoever made that decision is a whole bitch. My guy, Joseph Ibarra, can't even properly judge Genty or Geno because of how horrible the O-line was. That's a fact. For anybody that's coming in my chat and complaining about Geno Smith, I think that's criminal at this point. It is, man. The guy was under duress all game. Last week, 100% games on Geno. Not this game. I can't say that, man. I'm not saying that they're trying to lose on purpose. I think that is just win maybe. Half the draft class aren't playing, and they cut Wilkins. Now, bro, this is one thing that a lot of people have not brought up. The Christian Wilkins situation. This team was built to have a guy that was an all-pro at his position in the middle. And yet they have not really paradigm shifted from that, man. I mean, how do you think the Christian Wilkins lost is something that is really, really haunting his team? Or do you think they've done enough to go out there and kind of quell that by bringing in Thomas Booker and all of those guys? Because they look pretty good. But just today, they definitely got gashed, man. It was terrible, man. Atrocious.
Yeah, you would have saw them stopping the run a lot better. And I would even say last week, they would have got after Justin Herbert a lot more too. You know, so yeah, these last two games, you've seen the symptoms of missing a guy like Christian Wilkins. But I still think we lose this game regardless. Last week, it could have been a lot closer. I'll say that.
Yeah. Nah. Listen, man. The training came off the tracks, man. My guy, UA Mel, if we have a top pick, will we have to consider a QB missing out on the top lineman? Then that's why Armin Membu is available. You take a gamble, not a running back. UA Mel, you will not, bro. They took Ashton Genty. They needed a running back too. They got one of the two positions they needed, and I'm okay with it, right? The thing is this, yo. At the end of the day, bro, there's more than one way to get good linemen. You got to go out in the free agent market. I'm sorry. You do.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily know how good Armin Membu is, man, but you are glacial. It's crap. I'm trying to be serious here. Now you get the F up out of here with that crap.
Hey, you know, one thing I wanted them to do if we were serious about winning this year, you get Genty, you come back into the first round and get Booker from the guard that the Cowboys got. And that would have been a move that you could live with, using a first round pick to go back in the first round and getting a guard of the future. That's probably would have been done.
And the thing is, they need to address the offensive line in a way where they're drafting 3 to 4 guys. Like, that's how bad of a problem it is, bro. And yo, guys, you guys in the chat, and I'm gonna read this way, Corey Malik. When the last time we've been good at just tackling, bro? Most teams around the league are not good at tackling because they only have 14 padded practices. You know, the Raiders had a practice where they didn't practice and they didn't tackle at all this week. They had no contact practices. So when you were in high school, when I was in high school, part 1 or whatever, for you to become a good tackler, you have to work on it. You have to do it. You have to hit in practice. You got to wrap up in practice, right? Yep. They're not getting the latitude to do that anymore because of the NFL concussion protocols. Yeah. So I think that's a huge reason why you've seen tackling as a whole in the National Football League go down over the last 10 years, man. But yo, wait, my guy Brandon Bree Nibs, Graham needs to be scrutinized too. Schemes are stale. He never does anything on defense. Look, I'm not going to shit all on Patrick Graham. Patrick Graham and that defense has bent and not broken until the levee broke today. Those guys want to feel too much today. They want to feel too much. It's a clear sign they want to feel too much, and it sucks. And it's sad that they don't have as much depth too. And I think that falls on the lap of John Spytek.
Yep, I agree. I definitely agree with that. And when you got to account for Mariota,
that's who I wanted. UA Simmons from Ohio State. They could have got him. They could have got Genty, and I wanted them to move back up and get him. UA, you are 100. Now that you're correct about. They should have got that kid because that kid is a beast. So I'm sorry, Mike. What were you saying, brother?
No, I agree. I agree with UA Mel on that one. But I forgot what I was gonna say, man. Here to be honest with you.
I'm sorry, bro. We've been rambling on.
It was about Mariota. When you got to account for him running the ball too, that's a lot on the defense as well. And once he got started running the ball, that RPO was wide open all game. So that's why we got what we got. He starts with stopping the run, and we just couldn't do it today.
Yo, my guy cut the check. We will want to win all games, but I'm not gonna lie. On our schedule, I had us taking an L in this one, the Chargers and the Commanders, but not in this fashion, which is concerning. So far, I'm batting 1,000. Cut the check. We all said that they were going to lose those two games, but it's not the fact that they lost; it's how they lost, and that's the thing, bro. It's with me. A lot of times, there's a thin line between love and hate, and there's a thin line between victory and losses. Right? I can stomach a close game loss. I can be upset about it. But this looks very dumpster fire-esque. This looks very 4-13-ish. I don't like the way this brand of football looks. And I'm not going to sit up here and act like it's not a problem and I don't see it. Because I see it, and so the hell does everyone else.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Even more. I mean,
bro, Cormally, listen, nobody said that is the reason, the total reason why. I'm saying that's the reason why tackling in the National Football League is down. That's a fact. If you're not practicing something, you're not actively hitting during practice, it's a problem. It's a problem for the Raiders this week. But you fucking right, it's a problem.
Yeah, and look, week 1, they tackled perfectly. They tackled way ahead of schedule for, a team that's in week 1 of football. September football these days, it's not like September football when we played. September football, you're practicing, tackling all camp, and then you get into week 1, you're tackling at the most highest ability, and then you start losing that ability later on in the season. It's the other way around these days, to where they come in and they still got to get acclimated to playing full games. We saw the Raiders show an ability that they could tackle in week 1, and that's what makes it very disappointing that they didn't do it today,
bro, because this team normally is a very good tackling football team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and bro, do me a favor, bro. You gotta watch that word in my chat, bro. I shouldn't even have put this shit up. Me pull it down because I'm tripping. But yo, don't ever come in here and call me or anyone else that word, bro. Ever. I don't appreciate that shit, bro. I don't appreciate it, bro. Let's keep it classy, bro. Let's keep it classy. I've never seen you in here. If you want to stay. But you got to keep it classy, bro. Got to keep it classy, bro. You drop any more N-bombs in here, yo, I'm gonna fucking block you forever from this chat. And that's the one thing that I don't really tolerate. I'm up here. I'm all over the place right now because I'm pissed about the loss. But do not ever put that fucking word up in my chat. Excuse me, yo. Sorry. Thank you. Family show. Now, listen, we could drop some F-bombs. We're not going to be putting no N-words up in here, you fucker, you. Yeah, I'm sorry. You know what I mean, bro? I don't know why people are getting me out of my. I'm just pissed off today.
Yeah, man, you got every right to be, bro. That was a frustrating game to watch.
Yeah,
sure.
Man, it's just fucking nonsense, man. Russ Wayne, what the F you talking about, Russ? Good on y'all for the Knicks and that word. For Knicks and that word. Oh, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, man. But I'm sorry, man. But yo, listen, man, Mike. I don't know, man. We've been rocking the road. It's an hour and a half, man. I'm about to probably get out of here, man. This is crazy. I mean, we're all feeling it, yo. Like you guys, look. If there's anything that we haven't went over, I guess we can go over it tomorrow. I mean, I don't know, man. Little reaction Monday.
Yeah.
But this is pissing me off, man. And look, man, I cannot. I'm not going to come on here and just lose it and crash out. I'm not doing it. Pete's a Hall of Fame coach. I want him to figure it out. We all want him to figure it out. We had the Washington Redskins Commanders winning this game, if we're being honest. But that is not the point, and I can't say it enough. They better not look like this for the rest of the season.
Yeah, next week, hey, they look like this next week. You better put a bow on it. Like I said, man, the Bears is a very winnable game, a defense that we should take advantage of, and we're at home. You got to establish some sort of home field advantage if you want people to be in the seats. We can't complain about not having a home field advantage if we can't win games at home. That's just simple and plain.
Yo, my guy, Big Lil Bosco in the place to be with the $10 slappy, man. So I could be reaching, but Meredith was a backup plan in case JPJ got hurt. Johnson might have expressed his dislike for not getting reps to Pete and his son and stuff like that comes out at the end of the season. I'm just saying. Big Lil Bosco, I feel you, bro. But why would Pete and his son cut off their nose to spite their face? Stuff like that happens in the NFL all the time. It's not always, you guys play football at a high level. You and Mike played at a high level, bro. Y'all played college ball and stuff like that. There's always disagreements with coaches and players. And if you have an authoritative dictator coach, even those guys like Nick Saban and guys like that nobody ever wants to say anything to, there's always that one player that's going to tell you to fuck yourself. Maybe JPJ is just that guy, right? But the thing is, if the player's good enough, they still play, right?
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if the player's good enough, they still play. So I got to ask myself, yo, is JPJ good enough? Is he that good? When it comes to this assortment of linemen that they have, yeah.
Yeah. The first, yeah. But you know what? The first thing people say about JPJ, he was a Remington Award winner. You know what I mean? But this dude only played one season, like he only did one full season as a starter, so this dude is still in that development window right now. You know what I mean? So that was my mindset going in when he was named the guard. I was like, okay, well, maybe they're seeing something I'm not seeing right now. I'm going off of my gut feeling and saying this dude's a better center at this point. Meredith needs to sit down. That's where I'm at with it right now.
Bro, you know what the nastiest part of this was? And UA Mel hit this on the head. Marcus Mariota looked just as good as Jaden Daniels against us.
Man, yo, Mariota looked like he could not be stopped. He was getting whatever
Marcus Mariota looked phenomenal, bro. And when I saw it, I just said,
God! Wow!
I just, bro, it was bad. It was bad. You're YouTuber, you're wasted. Slow starters, the world beaters. Yeah, man. Crazy, man. Crazy, bro. Crazy. Snipe is in a place. Aside from the O-line, Thornton just ain't getting separation. It's Tucker and Bowers, the go-to options. I hope it comes together. Salute to y'all. Salute to you too, Snipe. But, yo, this is the thing we've been saying all week. We've been saying this all game, right? Dante Thornton Jr., when everybody says there's only been 3 people that are his size and speed, is Randy Moss and Calvin Johnson, right? The reason why he's not those guys is because of all of the stuff in the middle, right? You have height, weight, and speed on this side, right? And then you have just the archetype of what wins in this league. Height, weight, and speed, right? Like how to utilize it. And somewhere in the middle, you have to learn how to use those gifts. Guys like Randy Moss, guys like Calvin Johnson were born kind of figuring it out and knowing how to use their gifts and how to exploit that on others, right? And then you got guys like Dante Thornton Jr., where you just say to yourself, man, why is this guy not getting separation? And I think a lot of it has to do with the program at Tennessee. The Tennessee Volunteers has so many physically talented guys. You know, you had Joe Milton, you had Hendon Hooker before that. You had, you know, him. It's so many guys that come out of that program. James Pierce Jr., who's balling. Everybody should get on me for taking him. Everybody should get on me for taking him in these mock drafts. It's funny. I'm gonna go back and go clip up some of the mock drafts I had that Josh said I was stupid. And all of the guys that I used to pick, and I used to pick Dante Thornton Jr. Yo, wasted the worst mock drafted, or James Pierce Jr. Oh, he keeps picking him. And the fucking guys, he's down there just balling down in Atlanta. Half of the guys I pick are in the league balling. But it's just funny. Y'all got a very short memory. You would think the old guy would have a short memory.
Nah, people be forgetting, man. I mean, you've been doing this for a couple years too. You know, there's a few guys that's balling too. You know, you was a big Juice Scruggs fan. You know what I mean? And he had a time to start at some point with the Texans. He did his thing, and so people just have a short memory when it comes to that, bro.
Scruggs, baby. Listen, you know what's funny, man? What would Juice Scruggs do, man? What would Ja Rule do? What would Juice Scruggs do? Listen, Juice Scruggs, baby. We gotta call Juice Scruggs to make sense of all this.
Where's Juice?
Yo, he said, y'all wanted Kuntz so bad that mofo was ass. Bro, I told you. Listen, I told y'all before the season started, I don't know how good Malcolm Kuntz is going to be because he had a lower extremity injury. I don't know. And you remember in the offseason, I said, if you can go out there and you can go get someone else, go get him. And also, did Wasted Ben told you, y'all should keep Kalavion chasing.
Yep.
Did I not say that?
Yeah.
But what do I know? I'm just an old man with an Abraham Lincoln chin strap, like somebody said today. I was like, oh, I'm about to block your ass, man. Yeah. I was like, yo, I went full Nicki Minaj. She said, did this motherfucker call me Hulk Hogan? Yo, I said, whoa. Oh God, man. Listen, he said, oh God, listen. But you know, Wasted Ben told you, right? But look, Mike, what do you say real quick on the way out, right? Because I know I was supposed to end the show 10 minutes ago. What is there anything that's a saving grace to you? Because this show's been all negative, right? Is there anything that's a saving grace to you? Because I know Genty's my saving grace. I see a lot of promise from that kid in the limited time that he's been out there.
Yeah, I mean, we're starting to see almost the emergence of Trey Tucker. 3 touchdowns today. One of them in garbage time, but 3 touchdowns is 3 touchdowns. You know, he's had a phenomenal season this year. So, you know, we got somebody. We got one, you know. So now we got to figure out, hey, let's put him in situations where we can get him open some more, you know, because he's on his way to having a breakout season, double-digit touchdowns type of deal, you know, 100 yards here and there. Like, now we got to make sure that we're scheming to get him open. You know, that's the next phase of that. But we got to have protection. So, Trey Tucker, man, hey, salute to you, man. You get a game ball for today if anybody gets one.
Yeah, he get the only game ball for that. And you know what? I know a lot of people are going to be like, yo, Wasted, you tripping. I give Geno Smith a game ball. Geno Smith, for him to be under the rest the way he was, the way he got out of trouble and used his legs to get out of trouble with some plays that could have been catastrophic, I give Geno Smith the game ball, and I don't give a shit what nobody say. I think Geno was dealing out there. If you could have kept Geno upright, we would have had something.
Yep.
UA Mel, we have to start reviewing these general managers. Most of these guys are not good at their jobs, and I believe a lot of us could do better. UA Mel, we all believe that, right? Until you actually do the job. Like, I have the kind of job that people think that they can do until they have to do it.
Yeah, same.
You, Mike, as well, right? We don't want to get into what we do in our personal lives, like for you know, but Doug, I never ever like to doubt someone that's a professional, because I don't know what it takes to like, you know what I'm saying, bro? And what I do know is that it looks like on the surface that Tom Telesco wasn't so fucking bad. Yo, Sniper 6, Trey Tucker's number one receiver this season already, bro. And I said that too.
Yeah, he did.
I said that too.
Yeah,
because he knows how to get that release, bro.
Yep.
He knows how to get that release. And this is the thing, bro. For all you fantasy football heads out there, Trey Tucker, like your life depended on it. Go on that waiver wire and pick him up, man.
Yep.
Yeah, but guys, listen, man. Tomorrow we will be back up at you, man. We will be back up at you. Reaction Mondays. Big Mike is gonna be rocking and rolling. I don't want to speak for Big Mike, but look, yo, wait. Yo, listen. Yo, I'm gonna tell you something. He said, I know what Mike do wasted. It's giving Tommy off Martin for real, yeah. Yeah. We talk about me or Mike. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'll be honest. Listen, man, I don't know, man. I'll be saying to my man Mike, man, you ain't got no job, man. But yo, listen, man, salute to y'all. We'll be back at you tomorrow, man. Love every single one of y'all. Big Mike, you got anything on the way out, my brother?
Hey, man. Hey, this week we're back. I was feeling a little under the weather, but we're back. We'll talk about this either tomorrow or Tuesday, and then on to Chicago next, man. But yeah, we'll be here all week.
Love all of y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Red Nation Unlimited. We out of here, man. Peace, man. Yo, hold on. The one thing you guys get for the day, you get to hear the dope music on the way out.